again, welcome to part two of Refurb the Tenor Bass. Yes, Luthier's Lair, refurb the tenor bass. Now, I can show you the first initial coating of the front of the tenor bass, and this is it. Okay, that's the first 3 coats of clear coat on this. Needs another 2 or 3, I think, to build that all up. Sorry about the noise in the background, by the way. That's the washing machine, because my workshop and the wash room are adjacent to each other, and you know, gotta get the washing done, you know. So there it is there, looking, starting to shine up nice. Of course it hasn't been polished yet, so, but this episode I'm going to be doing the rear. Okay, what's so different about this? Well, we're using dyes, and dyes streak like hell. So I have a lot of streaks in here, so I'm going to show you how we're going to actually get rid of all the streaks, give it a nice alcohol wash, and then we're going to apply some clear coat. Hopefully during this episode I'm going to get up to the point where we fit the electronics, and then the final part will be a full setup of the bass, finishing of the neck, all that sort of stuff, and then a nice little special treat at the end, if you can call it that. I shouldn't, but so, okay, that's where we'll start. Stay tuned. Alrighty then. So what we got here, we have denatured alcohol, a doohickey of denatured alcohol that I've generously spilled on the guitar already, but that's okay. A pencil eraser covered in 2000 grit sandpaper, and a lint-free rag. Lint-free, okay? Let's mop this up a bit. Right. First off, I'm going to go over the surface of this. That's a patch now, and that might be a problem. But anyway, over the surface of it with the 2000, just very lightly, just scuff sanding it very slightly. It's going to shine up the surface a little bit, just to make sure there's no unevenness in it. Because I'm going to be giving it an alcohol wash and then going over it again with this, just to bed the grain down. It's already got some grain filler in it. I don't like putting too much grain filler in, because I like the clear coat to do that and then build up from there. I have to put more coats, clear coats on, but I don't know, you just seem to get the grain better that way. It's more of an appearance thing. I know it should be a structural thing as well, but that's the way I like it, and that's the way most people seem to like the finishes of the guitars that I do. Just take off the excess dye. There's excess dye here, very slightly. Okay, now, okay, I did most of that earlier on. We get this lint-free rag and we slather it in denatured alcohol, or rubbing alcohol, whatever it is, and we just blend it. See, there's little streaks in the dye here. This is going to lift the dye slightly out of the wood, lifts it slightly out of the wood. Okay, I'm just going to slather it on just now. Now I'm going to do even strokes. To get the dye sort of even. I don't want it too even, because then it looks I was going to say it looks artificial, but it already looks artificial. But whoever saw blue wood, right? Anyway, well, maybe there is blue wood. I haven't heard of it though. See that drying out now as we go along. It's taking most of that dye and getting rid of all the smears in it that really don't look good at all. The smears. So here we go. Okay, some of the dye is lifted. That's okay. And again, one more pass. By the way, you you should wear gloves with this. I forgot to put gloves on. Bad boy. Okay? You don't want to do that too often. Forget to wear the gloves. Now, as you can see, that's drying off. And once it's dried fully, I'll be able to see any other blotchy imperfections that I might be able to deal with. Like this here looks a little bit odd, but I think it's just the particular characteristic of the wood there. So that's fine. I'm going to let it dry and then come back, and we're going to apply the first clear coat to this. And it's kind of weird when you put the first clear coat on really shiny up wood. It beads very slightly because it's so flat. It tends to bead somewhat. So what I do is I thin the first couple of the clear coats. I thin down with methylated spirits. Did I get that right? No, mineral spirits. Sorry, methylated spirits. That's from my days as a homeless bum on the streets. But anyway, no offence to homeless bums, by the way. I know you can't help it. So, back soon. Okay then, here we are about to apply the first coat of clear coat to the back of this guitar. So what I did was I went over it again with 2000 grit sandpaper after the alcohol wash, so it's very nice and smooth. Just do that. It's really anyway, right? Control. So here's my mixture of mineral spirits and clear coat for the first 2 or 3 coats of this. Make sure it's dust free. It is dust free. My lint free rag, and dippity doo dah, dip it in. Let's come this side, and one stroke. Okay. Good thing about the start of this is you can see the strokes. One stroke. Okay, try and get as one stroke as possible. You know, no jokes about being a one stroke man or anything, okay? So I'll need to put this up on YouTube as a children are not allowed to watch this. So here we go. Plump, lump, 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 lump. Don't worry if it gets all uneven right now. You need to worry about that later. There we go. That's the first coat on. Right. Now, there's some people that might cringe at this next part. What I do, see how thin that is and how it kind of beads on the surface. So you just go over it again, real quick. Okay, real quick and take your time. Make sure you get the edges. You don't want any runs down the side in it. You having to remove runs off the side of the guitar later. A lot of people like to spray the guitar so they get an even surface. First time hanging up. I don't have a spray booth, so that's not an option for me. You say, well, why don't you do it outside? Well, this is South Florida and there's tiny bugs in the air. It's very humid, even this time of year. I mean, this is a joke. We had a cold snap recently, we're just coming out of, where the temperature overnight got down to 58 Fahrenheit and everyone thought it was cold. Isn't that ignorant? That's just ignorant, right? So, and it's still humid, so you can get all sorts of blistering and water getting trapped in the wood if you don't be careful. Never really spray finish anything that you want a quality finish on outside in South Florida style climate, subtropical climate. Alright. The stupid thing, of course, is you celebrate Christmas and you have to put the air conditioning on because it's so freaking hot. Stupid. It must be like living in Australia, but I think it's even hotter down there this time of year. So it's their summer. So there you go, first clear coat on, and doesn't that look? That looks absolutely amazing. This part here I was pointing out in the previous section, that's a characteristic of the wood, so I'm not worried about that, not at all. And it does have a mottled look about it, which I really like. So it's looking good to me so far. Let me touch that bit up there, that's a bit yicky. Okay. Here's the next part that people go, oh my god, what's he doing? Well, I like to do this. And I'll give you a reason why after I do it. Okay. Heat gun. Wait for it to heat up. Okay. Alright, why did I do that? I know people will be screaming at me! Well, I've got two reasons for doing it. The first reason, let me point the camera up here and get in shot, will I? Okay, the first reason I'm doing this is actually to evaporate the mineral spirits part of the finish. That goes away. The second reason is I only do it on the first 2 or 3 coats because the clear coat that I use crystallises into very, very, very fine particulates which sinks into the grain and sticks there. Now, if I do 2 or 3 coats like that, then scuff sand it again and then start applying more clear coat at a thicker consistency, I don't get runs. I don't get anything like that. It seals the wood like a grain filler would do. So, well, that's my theory and I'm sticking to it, okay? No, it really does work for me. So, there's the first coat. That's it on. Right away. And, of course, I'm going to do another one. This is nearly dry to the touch now. I'll leave that maybe another 10 minutes only. And then put another coat on. Okay? So, I'm going to go and do that next. And when we come back, well, I'm going to do the sides. Because when I come back, this is almost going to be finished. Not for me, though, because it's going to take me ages. But for you, it'll be like a pachoo, a woo, 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 woo. You know, like special effects and stuff. I heard a good joke Ricky Gervais told that at the Golden Globes, he thought that the guy who airbrushed the poster for the cast of Sex and the City 2 should have got the Special Effects Award. I thought that was really funny. They didn't take it very well though. But anyway, be back soon. Well, I don't know why people frown upon bass players. We're still not getting a fair crack at the whip. I don't think so anyway. I mean, I went to the doctor the other day. I was constipated. And I said, doctor, I haven't had a bowel movement in a week, you know. So he prescribed me some mild laxative, you know. Didn't work. I went back the next week. I said, I'm still not crapping. The doctor said, what? I said, I haven't had a bowel movement. And he said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you something stronger, you know. They gave me a stronger laxative and I went back the next week and I said, doctor, this isn't working, man. I can't poop. I can't ning 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 ning. You know, ning ning. And not even the noises worked, you know. So I was like, I don't know what to do. And the doctor says, well, okay, let's get more background on you. He says, what do you do? I said, well, amongst other things, I'm a bass player. He said, oh, God. Says, that's it, here's $10, go get something to eat. I mean, there's no need for that, you know, no need. I don't understand. So here we are. Look at that. Naturally, I should put it like that. That's nicer. That's the laser engraving. Nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, you know what I did that on? Actually, I didn't do that on making a guitar. I did that on opening a tin of corned beef, and I shit you not, I cut myself on a tin of corned beef. Those key things. Anyway, so there's that, and the reverse side I have this. Lovely. Okay, I think you can see that, maybe you can't, I don't know, well, you know. So okay, so I think I'll go with the black hardware. It looks really good. Plop, see? Plop in there. Doesn't that look nice? I think that looks really nice. Awesome. I think that looks good. I'm going to go with that. You know, there are little bits I need to cover in this, but that's okay. Because I screwed up, because I was actually crap at making guitars at one point. Awesome at it now though. So, you know, I'm going to put these in, make them real straight, get the drills in there, all the holes done, and come Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana, and it will be great. It'll look really awesome. I'm so excited for this. I've got the cowls and the bushings in here to tighten up all this stuff. It's going to be great. This again, I put all that in, and I'm going to show you one. Okay, I'll just show you one, and then you won't be bored. That's straight there, that's straight there, straight there, and that's straight there. Now we make our punch holes, drill the shit in, and we're good. Shift things around here. All we need to do is take it where it is, put that in there, and go down that far. I'm not going through the wood. I sized it up already. That's the deal. Instead of just going gung-ho and putting this right the way out and going and guessing, I didn't guess. So 5 minutes extra work is going to save you about 50 billion hours. Okay, so that's the lesson to be learned here. Be very precise all the time. Do not compromise. Even this, look, this bass is just for me, right? So far. I might sell it. Doesn't matter. I want it to be good. I really, really want it to be my best effort. So that's what you do. Now, when I come to put all this stuff together again, it's going to be awesome. It's going to fit perfectly. The screws are going to go in nice. I'm not going to strip the heads, anything like that. So, you know, pick that up, put that round. Place that one there, screw that in. I'll just show you this one, okay? That's going in. See, I don't even need to tighten this now to finger, but I will do, because I don't want to put stress on the screw when I screw it in. You'll see what I mean in a minute, okay? Here we go, that's good. Well, that's actually not good right now. That's it, that's about fingers. tension. Okay, now I'm just over the hole there. So, what have I done? I've left my Vaseline. I'll be right back. Hold on. It's always fun to get your Vaseline, isn't it? Let me switch this off, by the way. That's better. Okay. So, we're going here. These screws are very small, so I don't want to do that crap. So what I'm going to do, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to take that in the left hand, put a little bit on there, wipe the rest off on there, put that down, and then I'm going to take something that has disappeared, which is my little handy dandy box. This thing. Okay, so that's not the right. Give it the there it is. There you go. And all we need to do is hold this like so, gently, very gently. Don't force it. And then that's forcing. So bring it back up. There it is. See? Oh, that looks awesome! Doesn't that look good? It looks really good. In fact, I'm really glad I went with the black anodized. It will contrast with the chrome that I plan to put in the body. So it looks awesome! Oh wow, look! Oh, sorry. Getting too excited. Looks good. Not look good. So, let me just shifty this up a little bit. It's going to look good. I think, you know, put this in, this in, this in, this in. We'll do the same thing, of course, 3 times over here. Put the cap on there. Doesn't that look nice for the truss rod? You know, every guitar with a neck, with a nut facing truss rod also has these caps, but every one I've had, I've always taken it off. I've lost it, you know. So I expect that. So, here we are. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas or a bass guitar head. Yes, look, see? Doesn't that look nice? I think the black hardware looks awesome, man. And there's the back. See? Isn't that nice? Screw there, screw there, screw there, screw there, screw that. And looking good. Nice satin sheen on the head. Don't like glossy head. You know, when you're playing, you know, bumper down, bum bum bum, and then you see a head flash. Well, some chicks like it, but there you go. You don't want to see that. So, nice satin finish. Gonna clean all this up. Little cotton bud or Q-tip, as we say over here, to get this done. Headstock's beautiful. The engraving's done. The machine heads are in. The nut is fitted. The cavity cover is fitted. The neck is smooth as silk. And that's done. The neck is done. Okay, so that'll do it for part 2. Don't want to run it too long. Part 3 now is going to be electronics, well, shielding, electronics, final assembly and setup, and then little treat at the end. So, thanks for joining me again, and look forward to seeing you in part 3 of Refurb the Tenor Bass. Catch you later. Bye.